Naturally, everywhere I go, I make friends, especially on the internet. You ever heard of that band? Maybe you're familiar with this guy. Harley Flanagan. Hello, Google. Yeah? This guy? I mean, he was part of the quote-unquote scene before the scene was a scene. CBGB and otherwise, but here we go. This is what I'm leaving on here. And people are going to freak the fuck out. I'll read it to you because I understand most people who frequent the internet apparently these days are borderline illiterate and or flat out illiterate. All right. I said, Harley not only got vaccinated, he promotes pseudo-intellectual mask-wearing propaganda. He also cried himself to sleep when I challenged him for misleading others. Real fast. His excuse was, if it's going to prevent me from flying and touring, I'll do anything. Back to point. If you don't have the first clue, look up how big a micron is, then consider how many microns on average a respiratory virus consists of. Next, compare that to the matrix found in a facial diaper, aka public relations band-aid. The moment they become wet, they attract the very thing people were told they would ward off. And it should say, in other news, they provide zero protection against respiratory viruses. We got to challenge others when they're shopping around absolute nonsense, and unfortunately, Harley's one of them. Why did I take the time to leave this on the internet? He has a platform. Quite a few people know of him. He could have set an example, but he didn't. It's not only a disservice to you and I, it's absolutely irresponsible. Just to spell it out for you, because most people probably can't connect the dots these days. Back to point. What I've rattled off reflects reality. There's nothing but proof. But in order for you to appreciate this, you have to use the gray matter between your ears. Keep in mind, it didn't spell gray the way it probably should have because I was barking at my phone. Insert an E using your imagination cap, assuming you have one to adjust still. Back to point. So if you use that gray matter between your ears instead of knocking out a superficial Google search and playing make-believe based on popular opinion and hearsay, you and I would be better off. But as always, what the fuck do I know? Damn, Harley Flanagan sure is punk. There sure are a lot of wet farts these days. And it's amazing how it bridges the generations because you and I were indoctrinated into the same system. And most people aren't willing to do the right thing and think for themselves.